pharmaceuticals, making 200 grand a year or whatever, okay, but they always come back. They always come back. You will not find that mythological creature. Once they get in this business, they stay in this business because they love the money. And once you're selling cars, you make your own hours. I never had to show up to the dealership. I'll tell you a story in a little bit. After my dad died, I was really just kind of crazy, didn't care. And, well, I was going to tell you now, but I worked for a gentleman that actually I was there when the organized crime task force came in to shut the dealership down. The guy's mafia. They're all Italians. It was called Stallion Chevrolet. Get it? Stallion Chevrolet. Warrensburg, Missouri. PJ Rabasti, the coolest guy in the world, though. He was cool. He took me down to Plaza in Kansas City, if anybody know about Plaza and stuff, and took me down to Farmers Market and introduced me to all these, I guess, mob guys and stuff, saying, this is my salesman, this is my guy. He was letting me, I was real young. He's letting me drive brand new Corvettes as my demos and everything. That's one of the reasons when I first got in the car business, you drive brand new cars all the time. Okay, there's still some stores that give demos. Now, they still give demos to managers of all stores. So, there's a perk for you. There's a lot of you in the room that can go to managers pretty quickly. But anyway, PJ, you always had to keep away from people, though. Because there's one time, because he loved me to death, because I was making him a lot of money. I was selling a lot of cars. So, remember the doctor I told you about kept bugging me all the time, kept coming in, and bought something somewhere else. Well, I had a farmer who was almost the same way. Coming in, but he always bought Al Bodenheimer, I still remember. But he bought a couple trucks off me here and there. And so one day PJ sees him in there and he goes, Ragan, ain't that guy been in here like 6 times? I said, yeah, but I got to try to find the right truck. He said, that ain't gets Kurt. He got like a suitor, mouth. He goes, that's fine. He went up to him, he says, get your bald-headed ass off my showroom floor and quit wasting Ragan's time. We had to keep him away from people, just tell you that. But anyway, we always said Saturday morning meetings were always in PJ's office. But PJ would just sit there. PJ never talked to salespeople. Other than me, I was the only salesperson he would ever talk to. But he never talked in the meetings, nothing. Pete Franklin, a friend of mine, one of my mentors, he's a guy that he's never watched news a day in his life. He said, why don't I watch news? It's all negative. And that's true. That's why I'm telling you, we have a negative society. I mean, look at what are the most watched channels. News. That's why we're all negative, okay? But anyway, so PJ never said nothing. Pete had the meetings with it. All right, well, my dad had passed, and this has been, a couple months, later or whatever. But, I would make, $10,000 and $30,000 a month, and I'd already had, it was like, I got a check. I came in, I got a check for like 18 grand, I think it was. So, I didn't show back up for 2 weeks. I went down to Key West, Florida. I was like everywhere. I didn't care. I got my car. I put it this way. I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying. The night of my dad's funeral, I had 3 DUIs in one night. 3 in one night. Same city, same town. Osage Beach. Osage Beach. Anyway, I got out of all of them, but that's because I didn't have my ID, and they asked me what my name was, and I said Ronald fucking Ragan. And they took my head and slammed it on the car, and they said, okay, smart ass. Yeah. So, anyway, but I got out of all that. But anyway, so I didn't show up for 2 weeks after I got that. So then I come back in the store, I said, yeah, it's about time, I gotta need some more money now, I'm out. I spent it all. Spent that 18 grand real quick. So I get in there, and it's a Saturday, I can remember now. Everybody's going, Ragan, man, Pete Franklin's gonna fire you. He said, as soon as you show up, your ass is fired. I said, whatever, dude, whatever. I said, whatever, it is what it is. I said, I can go wherever I want. I said, that's okay. So I'm going into this Saturday morning meeting in PJ's office. Everybody's there. Pete Franklin stands up, gets ready to give it, and then PJ, which it's like when they do the Sprint commercials and you do the pin drop. PJ stands up and everybody just like freaked out. Whoa. PJ goes, look, I'm gonna put all rumors to rest. There isn't nobody firing Ronald Ragan Jr. Ronald Ragan Jr. can stay home all month if he wants, if he can sell 30 cars a month. And he said, if any of you, the rest of you can sell 30 cars a month, you can all stay home too. That was it. He sat down. Pete Franklin just sit there and gave me the like a go to hell look. That was the only. Pete. At the time, it probably would have been best if they would have let him fire me. But then it just kind of enabled me. I just kept doing what I wanted to do. So, but me and Pete got in there. Pete he looked at me and just wanted to kill me and strangle me. because basically he's running the store. He's kind of partner with PJ, and I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do. Even though I'm making him a lot of money, he wanted to set precedents because the guy's always cared about me, and he wanted to get me on the right path. He's seen I was destroying my life after my dad died and doing no good. But that's one of the great things about this business is if you're selling cars, these guys they'll leave you alone. If they ain't broke, they ain't gonna fix it. You know, if you're selling cars, you know, you make your own schedule. You come in when you want to come in. Okay, that's the deal. But right off the bat, we know you're not going to be doing that right off the bat. You'll be selling some cars, but not the number you'll eventually get to, because everything's going to snowball for you. Okay, all your efforts on social networking, all of that, you know, is going to snowball. So every time you sell a car, you're going to do a video of them on your phone, upload it to YouTube, bing, you know, and then eventually it'll start snowballing. Okay, these people are because excuse me, I have hiccups. Once you sell one person a car, hopefully your intentions are to sell their friends, their family, and their coworkers. Like that video says that you watched a while ago. All right? Any questions? It's drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Do you know who made it into show business? That was their first time ever on TV. Who was that? This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
It's been too long.
Johnny Depp.
No.
That was his break into show business. I want some of you to, or all of you to me, to when you get home tonight or whatever, when you get time, you're going to have to practice the role playing. I'm getting ready to cut you loose here to go for 15 minutes to practice the first step. Okay? And I want you to, on YouTube, put in the search on YouTube, negotiate our body language during negotiations. Okay? Because you'll find out that body language has a heck of a lot to do with the deal. And we all know it, we just forgot it. Have you ever seen two toddlers just talking to each other? It looked like they just had their own language. They could just, you know, and one's like, you know, you could tell one's taunting the other or whatever, and they're making the other mad on purpose or whatever. I mean, and then sometimes they're just getting along great. Well, that's because they're thinking body language. We tend to, we get programmed how society wants us to do things and how things that we've been taught from our culture or our parents. I'll give you an example. Well, just like the, you know, how are you doing things? We've all been taught that's what we're supposed to do because that's what happens. When everybody sells a pen, it's because when I say sell this, you're just thinking, okay, well, I'm going to sell it. Okay, instead of caring about finding out what I want and need that. Okay, I don't want you to sell things. Okay, I want you to be, you know, I want you to build a relationship and find out what someone's wants and needs are and their budget, the whole deal, and then you're really not selling anything, are you? Really? Then never, one thing you never do is if they're saying they're comparing this car to another car, you never down another product. You don't say, hey, that's junk, that's this or that, or yeah, them things, they blow up, and you know, this and that. You don't do that. Okay?
No, I understand Honda has this, but Toyota has
Right.
this.
Right, exactly. Okay? So you never down. It's just like if, you know, anybody's been through divorce, you know that the parent should never talk about, you know, like the wife should never, the ex-wife should never tell the kids out that their dad sucks or anything. Okay, same thing. Okay, you don't down another product. Okay, just like a parent should never tell, you know, or tell their kids that their mom sucks or their dad sucks. Okay, because my mom was kind of a loser. My mom, she was. I loved her. I didn't respect her. Me and my sister. She's the one that took us to all these schools and drug us around. Had a stepdad that used to beat me until my back bled. And then, you know, my mom wasn't home, and my sister would sit there and cry. And I'd tell my sisters, if you tell mom, I'm going to kick your ass. Okay? But that's a kid's thinking, you know? That's, I don't know, who knows what I was thinking. I'm thinking, oh, mom's going to divorce him, and it's going to be my fault, blah, blah, you know? So the mind is a weird thing, all right? And there's always cause and effect. Everybody know what cause and effect is? All right, so I want y'all to split up however you want to split up. It'll have to be 3 and 2, I guess. A couple of you want to be married couple or something? You know, is this state legal to marry gay people?